Next, James and Betty welcome comedian Tim Conway.
We are doing our best to help people.
And you should.
And
Why not?
Do,
yeah,
right?
What else would you be doing here?
Don't miss this side-splitting episode of Life Today as Tim Conway shares his heart.
Look, wouldn't it be a lot better if we were all kind to each other and understood each other and had an opportunity to maybe laugh together?
Oh, boy, you're going to be smiling in a minute. Tim Conway's fixing to come out here on Life Today. I'm James Robison. This is Betty. I'm holding in my hands together again Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, and Louise Duarte. Louise has been on here many times. Tim's one of the funniest people in the world. Betty always loved Red Skelton because he was clean. And one of the funniest things I ever heard him do, he did in front of the Queen of England and all her friends, and it was great, not one thing dirty. This is a DVD you can get in all the stores now together again. This is Harvey and Tim and Louise, and it's just great. We went to Bass Hall and heard them, and we laughed till our sides hurt. This is for your family, so just know you can go to the store and get it. You know, Betty, you and I have been married 44 years. We're getting older. And Tim Conway is quite a bit older than we are, and he's here. And we're hoping for all of you who are here that he's able to get out to where we can talk to him. Because, like I said, you know, by the way, they did the Carol Burnett reunion, the highest rated show on CBS the entire year. And it's good, clean stuff. I like clean stuff. Would you like to welcome Tim Conway, if he can get out of here? I'm not sure he can get out of here, but just welcome him.
Thank you so much. Oh, is this wonderful? My gosh, it's cold in here. Anyway. Terrific. Oh, incidentally, you can't buy this in the store. This is the only copy we have. Yeah, and that if somebody buys that, I'll take it over their house. So, no, you look on the net, you go to timconwaylive.com and you'll find
That's where they'll find it?
That's where you'll find it. Yeah, not that one because it's here. You see the difference, don't you?
I do see the difference.
Okay, I understand. Hi, how you doing back there? Oh, it is great, and it's so wonderful to see you folks. Gosh, how many of you saw Harvey and I when we were here in Dallas, or where are we? Dallas.
Bass Hall. You went to Dallas for there?
Yeah. Pretty exciting, wasn't it? It was great working with Harvey. We worked for about 8 years. We did kind of a Carol Burnett show type thing on the road, and worked with Harvey for 8 years. Very, very nice guy to be with.
Was he sharp? Was he really
very
on top of,
sharp?
Huh?
Oh, he is bright, but he cannot tie his own shoes. That's the point. No, Harvey is a little gullible. He really is, yeah. So I had a lot of fun with him for 8 years. He believes everything I say, which is scary. He had a suitcase one time, and he had a lock on it. You know, when you get those locks, it always the first numbers are 000. You know that anybody knows that, but him. So he comes to me and he says, we're in the hotel, and he goes, look, somebody locked my lock on my luggage here, you know, and they said probably did it at the airport and everything. And I said, well, you know, I used to do a little bank robbing and stuff. I could take that lock off there if I wanted. He said, you can't. I said, yeah. So I put my ear up to the lock, and I looked at it. I see it's 000, so I opened it. He said, I don't believe that. That isn't. So I locked it again, and I turned it. He said, well, no, just leave it open. I said, oh, no, you don't understand. If you want me to open this again, it'll be $5. So every time he opened it, he had to pay me $5. He made a living out of it. But it's terrific. He is terrific. Louise Duarte, as you know, you've had on the show many times. Sensational. 8 years she was with us. She didn't do anything. She's just with us, you know. And but she is a trooper. She really is.
How was it working with Carol?
Oh, terrific. She's the most generous celebrity or star or whatever I've ever met. She was really, we are very, very close. She has an ATM window at her house. And so we don't even have to go in anymore, you know what I mean? Don't have to ask her anything. She's open on weekends. It's great. Really. Put the old card in there, get you $20 and go home.
Tell me about working with Don Knotts.
Don Knotts and I, Don is really the reason I'm in the business. When I used to watch the old Steve Allen show with Don Knotts, Louis Dye, Tom Post, and the Men on the Street, and Steve, and I just love, we all do. I mean, I can tell by your age, we're all the same. I mean, Don, that face, I mean, it just told his whole life, you know, and he was so expressive and everything. And so Don and I did a lot of movies together. I wrote a couple for he and I, or him and I, or Don and I, or all of us. And we did a couple together, and he's just... he is exactly in real life as he was on the show with what's his name? No, Barney Fife. And everybody would always give him a bullet wherever we want. You know, hey. He'd throw him in the fireplace. Gee. But Don is, he was a complainer. And so we were doing this movie for Disney. We were up near Sacramento. It was very cold. And it's cowboy country up there. I mean, real cowboy. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? You like that? So we were supposed to be these dance hall dandies, and we had on these little tutu skirts on and everything, and stockings and everything, you know. And it was cold out there. So we go in the morning and get dressed in these trailers and everything. And Don go, you know, Tim, it's freezing in there. I don't understand why they don't put heat in there. It's dressed in there. Freezing, man, boy, I don't know. So I said, Don, why don't you get, because we were kind of rooming together. I had a room here, and there's a door, and then there's Don in there, so we were kind of together. And I said, Don, why don't you get dressed in the morning in these clothes, go to work, you know, just put a coat on or something, and you don't have to get undressed when you get there in the dressing room. He said, well, that's a very good idea, Tim. You know, so the next day, he's all dressed, and I drive because I don't trust him. So I drive to work. We go. He says, you know, this is really great. You know, this is sensational because I'm not cold anymore. So we go home that night. A couple of nights later, we go home. He's still dressed like this. He's got a raincoat on over this stuff, you know. So I said, Don, I'm going to go to the bar. So, you know, you go over to the room or whatever. He said, okay. So I'm in the bar with these cowboys. How you doing? Actor, huh? Yeah. So I'm sitting there. Now, Don comes in. He forgot his key. So I'm sitting there with these cowboys, and Don comes in, still with the dress on and the things and everything. And I'm at the bar, and I go, and he's standing there, and he says, hey, Tim, you got the key to that room? So I said, and these cowboys are kind of looking like, whoa, what's going on there? So I said, don't you think we ought to talk about price first? He was just a little angry at that.
I got to ask you what your impressions are of the lack of family.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Entertainment today, yeah.
And when you look back on the shows you're referencing, the shows you did, whether it was Apple Dumpling Gang or whatever it was, or Carol Burnett Show, and you know, I mentioned in the introductory remarks that I respect Red Skelton. I mean, he could just do so many funny things, which you do so well. I wish we could have done the little dwarf. I wish we could have set you up.
He and Charlie Chaplin. You can't believe how those guys are. If I had had the money to get a lawyer at that time, these guys have been sitting there with nothing today. Anyway, go on.